Well, the only thing I was going to mention was something that, I thought was kind of a good thing to come out of this. We were talking about it just before we started filming, was a lot of the Iranians are burning down the posters of Nasrallah. And you said this was related to a podcast or something that went out earlier today. And again, it shows they're not bought into this. They don't want to go die for Iran or die for the regime, and use this as an opportunity to harm more people in Israel. The people aren't having it anymore. They're tired of the violence.
Yes, that's actually exactly where I was going to go with that. Let's be neutral for a minute, Michael. Our audience across any of our platforms and any of our programs, including yours, which, guys, you can catch Michael Lauber and Derek Evans on their podcast or program or show. I don't know what to call it anymore. The Insurrection. You can catch them Tuesdays and Fridays on Rumble. So make sure to check them out. They got a great program going. But all across our channels, shows, programs, everywhere, our audience know where we stand, me and you. But let's, for sake of journalism, we stop. We don't take a side. We don't belong to any side of the aisle. We're just humans, citizens of Earth.
Sure.
Iran comes and retaliates directly against Israel. Let's break this down. Israel, or military of Israel, goes after Hassan Nasrallah for the reason that Hassan Nasrallah is leading the Islamic army that has directly been attacking Israel and Israelis and killing people. So that makes sense, right? It's called retaliation.
Of
Or
course.
when they go after Hamas. But then Iran shows up, directly attacks. Number one, by so many international laws and so many articles of UN, this should be immediately called a crime because Israel didn't attack Iran. Israel had nothing to do with Iran. Now, what does that have to do with it, right?
Yeah.
Well, why is it not happening? Why is it okay for anyone in any country, in any shape or form, be okay with saying, well, Israel was asking for it because I've heard that online. I've seen that.
Of course. Yeah, there's a lot of people out there that don't understand the full picture and aren't taking the reality into account. Everybody knows this isn't really a battle between just Israel and Hamas or Lebanon or whoever, that it's all backed by the funding that, our government unfortunately gave Iran, releasing all this money that's allowed all these attacks. You can thank the Biden-Harris regime for why they have the ability to do what they're doing right now. But it all ties to Iran. Like that's the banker. That's who's also issuing the orders. That's who's procuring the equipment. That's who's logistics, and that's who's also okaying most of these strikes. So, and it isn't just the missiles going into Israel. It's not the 180 plus or minus however many missiles that Iran directly sent into Israel recently. They ordered the Houthis to attack more ships. I believe the last I saw was they'd unsuccessfully attacked two more merchant ships, one carrying oil, and I think the other one was just regular household goods. I could have that wrong. But luckily their attacks were ineffective. But they did hit two ships with multiple rockets or missiles. But luckily these ships were able to evade. No crew was killed. But this is ongoing, and they aren't just attacking Israel. These are vessels flying under foreign flags. I believe one of them was European. I think one of them was ours. But if these kind of things continue, uh, it's going to draw us into a regional conflict, the United States and probably other countries, because they aren't just attacking Israel. But again, that fact is ignored by the bulk of our media here. Maybe not so much around the world, but here I'm sure most people don't even know about the other attacks from the Houthis.